What's up guys, Archie here. Today I will bring you a brief video on how to make your sprites look like the ones in Realm of the Mad God. To clarify, that means I will only show you how to add an outline and a shadow around it. I will show off the process using Paint.net and some plugins. The links for these can be found in the description. I'm sure there's actually an easier way to do this, considering MuleDump and RealmI use proper renders of all the sprites, but this is how I personally do it. To even get started, you will first need to get Paint.net. As I mentioned earlier, the links are in the description. One of these will take you to Paint.net's download page. Make sure to select the free version unless you want to support the creator, in which case you should get the paid version. After it's installed, you will need to get the relevant plugins. In the description you can find a link for these also. Once you're on the page, simply click the download button and run the installer. You'll see a large list of files that you can select to install. What we want, however, is the Object Tools file, as it allows us to add the outline and the shadow. Once everything is installed, you can run Paint.net and the plugin should be available under the Effects tab and in the Objects menu. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'll be using an in-game sprite. If you want to use any of the sprites from the game, you can visit the static.drips, link is in the description, to grab them there. Now I do hate to date the video, but keep in mind that this video was made before the Unity port, so once the game goes to Unity, it might be harder to get the sprites because they could be stored elsewhere. Okay, so this is the part of the video that goes unscripted, so please bear with me. Let's see, so if we want to outline something, well, we need to spread the outline, so I'm just gonna go to the drips, and I'm just gonna grab a random sprite. I'm just gonna grab the cursed library boss. No particular reason. And then we're just gonna get the sprite. So if I'm going a bit too fast here, I'm just pressing S to get my selection tool, and then I click and hold my mouse to select the area. Then I copy paste it, or well, copy it with Ctrl C. Then I do Ctrl N to make a new canvas. And then I just Ctrl V to pop it there. Alright, so we got our sprite, now we want to outline it. First what we want to do is make sure that we have a transparent color in our selector here. So I'm just gonna press J, I think. Or which one is it? Oh, it's K. To get the color picker, I'm just gonna click the transparent color. And you want to make sure that your secondary color is the transparent one. Reason for that is because, well, if we want to add an outline, we need some space around the image for that outline to even fit. So I'm going to make the canvas a bit bigger. It's kind of arbitrary how much you make it bigger, you just want to make it big enough for the outline and the shadow to fit in the image. So there you go, got a bigger canvas now. And the reason I had to make my colors transparent is because otherwise, if I don't do that, this happens. So I don't want that. I'm just gonna do this, and there you go. So we got space around our image. And then the next thing that I want to do is make the sprite bigger. This is also kind of arbitrary, really just depends on how big you want the sprite to be. I think player sprites are scaled up to 5 times. So you want to change the percentage to 500. And you also want to set the algorithm to nearest neighbor, because if you don't do that, it will look very blurry if you scale up pixel art. So, and you want to make sure that you use increments of 100. In this case, I'm going to use 500. And there you go. This is the true size of the sprite. Because there's a difference between just zooming in, like I'm doing right now, and just actually resizing the sprite. I should also mention that the default hotkey for resizing is Ctrl R. So yeah, there you go. You can also just click the buttons here and you'll find it eventually. It's like around here. It's a bit confusing because my interface is Dutch and I'm not sure how to change to English for this video. But with Ctrl R, you can upscale the art. Then after we've done that, we've upscaled it, we've added some space around it, we can now add the outline. So what we're going to do is go to the Object menu and then I'm going to select outline object. I actually have two plugins to outline. I think when you download the plugin pack, you'll get this one, which has bold bait. So I'm going to use that one. I'm going to set the width of the outline to 1 because that's how it works in Realm. And there we got the outline. Then what we want to do is add a shadow. So I'm going to do object shadow. I'm going to set these values to 0. These determine where the outline, or not the outline, the shadow will be drawn. So if you move the sliders around, you can see how that works. Shadow radius, I guess I usually set it to 5. Doesn't really matter, you just pick whatever looks proper. And shadow strength a bit higher. Like, I'm not sure what the exact values are to make it look exactly like in Realm, but this is pretty much good enough usually. So I'm gonna select that, and there you go. My sprite is ready to be shared. So after you've done that, you want to make sure you save the image as a PNG, and then you can share it around. You can't actually do this to like paste it in Discord or something, because then the background will be white. Right now it's transparent, but if you want to share the transparent image around, you have to actually save it as a PNG and then share that file. So yeah, that's basically how you do it.